Hello and welcome. I am Nicole Arrington coming to you from Helen, Montana with Big Sky Cards. Today I've got this awesome card to show you with the these butterfly dies that are called Butterfly Beauty. So I'm going to go ahead and set those aside, and I have already pre-cut those with the two larger dies. So this is the more detailed die for the outside die cut in Melon Mambo. And let's see if that's any better. And then I also got this die, and I cut that in Blushing Bride. Let's see, so I'm going to set those aside. And what I'm going to do with those is I am going to just remove these bottom two butterflies. So I'm just going to take my scissors and basically surgically remove those. I mean, surgically is maybe not quite right, but all I'm going to do is cut them off. Okay, because we've got these ones I'm going to glue together, and these I'm going to use together. So now that I've got those taken care of, I'm going to get my card out. I've got a piece of basic white cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 11, and then I'm going to get my cut and score tool, and I'm going to score my card at 5 1/2, so right down the middle. And I'm just going to take that, my bone folder that's probably hidden under everything, and just give it a nice solid burnish. Alright, so with that in mind, I'm going to layer the front. My front's going to be what I would call less exciting. It's still going to be pretty, but it's going to be definitely less exciting than the inside. The inside's going to be what this card is all about. So I'm going to adhere this to the front of the card, and these two little butterflies I cut off, they're going to be my decoration up front. But also to kind of spruce up the front of my card, I'm going to give a couple score lines. And I'm going to score whatever that's at. Let's say 3 1/4. Alright. 3 1/4. 3 and 3 1/2. Okay. And so if I bring that out, you'll see those little texture marks, and they're for texture and texture only purposes. Alright, so I got a piece of Melon Mambo that was, I believe, 3 by 2 3/4, and a piece of basic white that is 2 3/4 by 2 1/2, just trimmed down by 1/4 inch. I'm just going to put one on top of the other, and then I'm just going to center this around my little marks, around my texturing. Like so. And then, I just want to round these. They aren't rounded enough for my liking. So all I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue there. And put that one on top of that one. And same with this one. Okay, and then I can bend these in, and I do get a fair bit more texture or dimension. And I'm just going to place one on top of, I'm just going to put both of them on here. Like that. So like that. And that's, I mean, you're just going to put them on however you like them. Like that. Alright, so there you have that. Very pretty. But the other thing I want to do is I want to put a sentiment, and I thought I would put not only for what you do, but for being someone so special. Alright, so I'm just going to get that. And I'm going to use my Tuxedo black. Go ahead and stamp it. And there we go. Very nice. Kind of smudged it, but I'll just have to deal with that. Fix it later. Somebody knows that I'm not perfect in the punching. Alright, but the outside is, the front of the card is not what makes this card exciting. I now have a piece of Whisper White cardstock that is 3.5 by 2.5. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cut and score machine, and I'm going to score at every 3/4 of an inch. So at 3/4, then I'm going to move down another 3/4, so 1/2 an inch, 1.5, 2 1/4, 2 1/4, and at 3. Oops. Ha ha ha! I cut that a little short. Give me a moment. I will be right back with the correct size piece. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to try that again. So I should have a piece that is 3.5 by 2.5 this time. Okay, scoring at 3/4, 1.5, 2 1/4, and then 3. How much above and beyond 3 doesn't, I mean, it has to be more than 3. And I like about 1/2 inch, but it has to be less than 1/4. So at each of those score marks, I'm going to fold this down, 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 like that. This last flap, so this is why you can't have it more than 3/4, because otherwise it will not make this box. And I am just going to put glue on that box, fold it down. And I'm just going to squeeze it both directions, and I'm going to give it a moment to dry. While that is drying, I'll mention this is going to become our box. we're going to glue that in here, and then we are going to attach these butterflies to the inside of this card, so they will stand upright when you open the card, and people will have just this beautiful, beautiful butterfly card when they open it. But while those dry, I'm going to get out my splat mat. Stampin' Up sell a silicone mat, which does the exact same thing. And I'm just going to take some of the multi-purpose glue, and I'm just going to squeeze a little bit onto my splat mat. And my splat mat just allows me to just remove everything. That multi-purpose glue is the same glue that's in this fine tip bottle. I just continue to refill it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I think it's 1/8 of a piece of, the sponges. I just cut them up because they're just more useful to me. Smaller slices of sponges. And I'm just going to squeeze, take that and put this over here so that I can pick up all those fine pieces, and I can adhere this really easily to my blushing bride. And the reason you would use the Stampin' Up silicone mat or what I've got there is that the glue, once it dries, it'll just rub right off. And so, come on. So here I'm just getting those aligned and glued on. Isn't that just wonderful? And I absolutely love using that technique because it's so quick and easy. I can do it with this fine tip bottle, it just takes me a lot more time, and anything to save time is worth it. The other thing I'm going to do with my butterfly is I am going to get my Wink of Stella. Well, I'm going to try to get my Wink of Stella. Who did put it back? I did put it back. It was right where it's supposed to be. Alright, I'm going to take my Wink of Stella, and I'm going to tap it on here in front of my butterfly, and I am just protecting my surface. And you got to do it fairly vigorously. And all this is doing is it's going to allow my butterfly to glitter. Alright. Let's hope that worked. Oh yeah. It's given my butterfly some beautiful glitter. I don't see if you can see a little bit of it. Oh, there you go. And so that's just going to allow my butterfly to glitter so that when it pops up, we'll get this beautiful, beautiful card. Alright, so I'm going to now go ahead and get my pop-up portion, and I'm going to go ahead and get glue down there on the bottom, and I am just going to raise this so that I get that in really good position. I'm going to push down really good, firmly, get it all smudged in. Okay, and then like that. And then I'll go ahead and close it so that it's nice and firm. Okay, and now I've got this great little square. Alright, so now all I'm going to do is I'm going to attach my butterfly here. like that. And I just put a little bit of glue right down there on the tips of them. Because if you get that glue too high, it's going to stick to the back of that, and then your card won't sit open like that. And your butterflies will be stuck, and people won't be able to open their card, and they're going to go, "You crazy, crazy lady. How did you make such a silly card?" I mean, it's a whole shebang. Alright, so there is our magic. Depending on what I will use this card for, I'm going to leave this blank at the minute. But I am going to take this frill that comes with Good Morning Magnolia, and I'm going to stamp it down here on the bottom. And Melon Mambo. And I'm also going to put my glue away before we get some mishaps here. So I'm going to get my little fruit-a-lay stamped on the inside, and ta-da! You've got this great, and it'll sit open just like that. On the front, people can see that. On the outside, it's not too spectacularly terrible. One thing you can do to kind of spice up the card is you can take, well, I'm going to take a pick tool, and I can add a, alright, squeeze a little bit out, back it off, get some fresh stuff, and I will just take some rhinestones, like that. And bling up their little bodies like that. Okay, and now you've got this gorgeous pop-up card and they'll see glitter on that butterfly. So gorgeous. Alright, if you would like any of these products that I have shown you today, I would be so happy to be your demonstrator. Please use my online store or go to stampinup.com and enter my name, Nicole Arrington, which is provided in the link below. As well, provided in the link below is this month's hostess code if you are not spending $150 or more, as well as all the products that I use to make this card. So a shopping list, oops, my quotes, shopping list, as well as the dimensions. So just keep on scrolling down. It is all provided there. If you would like to leave a comment, I'd be so grateful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I will get back to you. Or you can email me at bigskycardsnicole@gmail.com, as well as please check out my website for other great ideas, and also to purchase cards, card kits, and paper packs. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.